I got a quick question for y'all. If a black man murdered and dismembered a young white girl, how many of y'all think y'all would know about it because the internet would plaster it everywhere? Now let me ask you this. How many of y'all knew about the 33-year-old white man who murdered and dismembered a 19-year-old black girl like last week or 2 weeks ago?
Easter Dillington, my good people. I am Mega, back with another reaction video. Let's get this shit in. It ain't changed. Mega. Y'all heard of Sade Robinson? Sade Robinson is a 19-year-old girl who was found murdered and mutilated with her body parts spread throughout Milwaukee County. Let's get into it.
I got a quick question for y'all. If a black man murdered and dismembered a young white girl, how many of y'all think y'all would know about it because the internet would plaster it everywhere? Now let me ask you this. How many of y'all knew about the 33-year-old white man who murdered and dismembered a 19-year-old black girl like last week or 2 weeks ago? Because I didn't even find out through social media. I was literally on the news website, and that's the only way that I seen it. Last week or like 2 weeks ago, a 33-year-old white man pretended to be in his 20s to go on a date with a 19-year-old black girl. And I'm gonna be honest, it's giving premeditated. It's giving he planned this date with this girl to kill her. This young 19-year-old girl, I think her name was Sade Robinson, went on a her first date with this 33-year-old man named Maxwell Anderson. Now, they arranged to have their first day at some seafood restaurant, and there are text messages and surveillance footage to prove that they met there and left together. After they left the restaurant, they walked back to Anderson's house together, and the police only found that out by using her phone data and pinging it in the direction near his house. Now, her date with this man was on the night of April 1st. Her parents reported her missing to the police by 9 p.m. on April 2nd when she never returned home or gave them a text or a call to let her know about her whereabouts. And now when her parents spoke to the police, they did let them know that she was supposed to be going on a date with some man that they did not know, and that's what prompted the police to get into her phone data and look at her location and text messages and everything. She was reported missing at 9 p.m. on April 2nd. At 5:30 on April 2nd, a body part was found on the beach that did belong to Sade Robinson. Now, this is kind of where he got caught up because later that day, the fire department was called because there was a vehicle fire on the corner of some street, and that vehicle belonged to Maxwell Anderson. And it instantly looked suspect to the police because where her phone was pinged was by the location by his house and by the location where the body part was found. And now that same day, his car is being torched in the middle of the street. Now it's April 4th and the police have issued a search warrant for this man's residence. So this has all happened in the span of 3 days. And when they executed the search warrant, they ended up finding blood that belonged to Sade Robinson all over one of the bedrooms in his house and all over the basement and the walls where he dismembered her. But since they did not find any other body parts in the residence, that did prompt them to execute other searches around the neighborhood and where the other body part was found. And they did this search for around 2 days until they found her foot. Now, obviously, this man did not get off scot-free when all the evidence is pointing towards him. He was charged with first-degree murder, mutilating a corpse, and arson of property. However, this family still cannot rest. They still cannot grieve because they still have not found the rest of this girl's body parts. He is not cooperating. He is not telling anybody where they are. And so the police are just kind of searching for them. But right now, all we know that they have found is an unnamed body part and a foot. And all I'm saying is stuff like this needs to be plastered on the internet just as much as a black man robbing a corner store.
Now, this is all around a sad situation. So you telling me this man met this young lady on a dating app, lied about his age, killed her, chopped her up, and put her body all around the city, and this not making national news? You don't see the problem with that? If this is your first time hearing about this, that's the problem. That's the issue.
This sick son of a is gonna pay.
Barely speaking above a whisper.
This is justice for Sade.
And fighting back tears.
Who the would do something like this to my beautiful baby?
Sheena Scarborough.
She hurt nobody.
Was pushing forward for her daughter, 19-year-old Sade Robinson. Friday, Robinson's family sat in court and heard the grim details surrounding her death, while staring at the man accused of taking her life, 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson.
The allegations in the complaint are abhorrent. It was the highest level of violence imaginable.
Prosecutors say Anderson and Robinson were going on a date Monday evening on April 1st. The state says they went back to Anderson's Southside apartment around 9 o'clock, where they say he killed her between then and early Tuesday morning. They say he then dismembered her body and scattered pieces around the county.
The defendant did a tremendous amount of work to try to cover up the crime including lighting Miss Robinson's vehicle on fire.
Last week, police found and connected a severed human leg in Cudahy and a foot in Milwaukee to Robinson. After text messages and witness statements linked the two together, Anderson was arrested April 4th during a traffic stop. He's now charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson.
Sade was more than a person. She was an angel. Not having her right now is very painful.
Family says the entire timeline has them shaken.
Imagine trying to bury your niece with no body for the service. I need justice for Sade.
And they want the person responsible to pay.
That's crazy. I don't want to hear no mental problems or this dude was crazy. Like he said, man, this dude knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he was trying to get rid of all the evidence. He was trying to, he did his due diligence not to get caught. He did his due diligence not to get caught. But, yeah, if this is your first time hearing about this, man, that's a problem. That's a problem. Maybe it'll take us to spread our news around. But anyway, I am Mega, and I'm up out of here.